So it's a Friday afternoon, and I just came back from school into my apartment, and I was kind of looking around my apartment for something that really represents what globalization is, and I came across this Caballon cigar box. Now this box is from Esteli, Nicaragua, and I think it really highlights what globalization is in the 5 concepts that Scholte uses to define what globalization is. So in terms of internationalization, the cigar box really represents this interdependent economy between Nicaragua and the United States. The entire, well, not, I wouldn't say the entire, but a large portion of the Nicaraguan economy depends upon the tobacco or the cigar industry, and that also relies upon the American or European consumption of those cigars. So the box also represents globalization in terms of liberalization. There's a liberal market between Nicaragua and the United States. Now the reason this market is liberal is because of the deliberalized market between the United States and Cuba. In the 1960s, John F. Kennedy set up a trade barrier between Cuban cigars and the United States. And so Nicaragua took advantage of that opportunity to deliberalize or to liberalize their market and make cigars a large part of their economy. Now in terms of universalization, the cigar box really, I think, well, it holds a cigar, right? And the cigar, when you smoke a cigar, it represents an experience. And so you can have that experience in America, you can have it in South America, you can have it in Africa, or even in Europe. And so the experience of smoking a cigar, wasn't possible 1,000 years ago, and it has only been made possible because of globalization. And that represents what globalization is in terms of universalization. Now in terms of westernization, which in a lot of ways is tied into universalization, the colonists in the early 1600s and even into the early 1700s saw an opportunity in the cigar industry or in the tobacco industry, and so they brought their knowledge and information of the global economy and they expanded it across the globe because of the financial opportunity represented by cigars. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I'm not here to say that, but that sort of represents globalization in terms of westernization and how it relates to the cigar box. So globalization in terms of transplanetary, well, I think the cigar box is related to the transplanetary definition of globalization because of the speed of transport or the speed of freight that you can get a product or a good into another country or across the globe. So originally started off with just ships, and now we went to rail, we have air transport, we have high-speed rail, which isn't really common for most freight. However, you could do just a Freightliner truck, So freight and trade and the rapid or the quick transportation of goods is really tied into what transplanetary or the transplanetary definition. It's really the shrinking of space through speed, and so that's created a different environment for economy, politics, just you name it. It changes everything. It changes the globe, and so that's how I would relate globalization to the cigar box, and hope you have a good rest of your day.